Yeah, hi everyone. So we are going to discuss about the routing over here. So already we completed the BOM. Yes. So now we are entering into the routing part. Okay. Yes. So already we have discussed, right? So the routing is a list of operation. Okay. How we have seen the particular, what to say? So the BOM as a list of components. Okay. This is nothing but the list of operation. Okay. What is the operation you are going to perform? Because with just a component you cannot do anything, right? Yes. So because you need to do some operations by using that components, okay, then only you can able to produce a product. So we need a list of operations on that. Okay, so we need a list of operations to be performed on that particular thing, so to get that particular product to be output, right? So that is what we are going to see. Okay, so the routing here, the list of operation. So what are the steps? We can see the same pattern. Okay, so go to the front end, analyze, and go back to the configuration. We can use the same pattern over here, right? Yes. So let's get into the system. So the T code is CS01, right? Yes, go to CS01. Okay, so this is the material here. Okay, so let's take the same material. I think we have just created one material, right? So what is that material? I think we created a material called BMW, it seems. Yep, see? So BMW 320D, right? Yes. So let's go for the plant. Okay, right? Yes. So in the front page, okay, we don't have any configurations here. So this is purely a standard part. Okay, so let's get into that. So inside, okay, you will be having some configurations here, right? Yes. Give an enter. Yeah, so this is the first page. Okay, we call it as a header details. Okay, so we can also have as a general data. It's a general data here. So here you have some configurations over here. So what are the configurations? We can see that over here. Okay, so first thing you can see the usage. Okay, usage is a configuration same like the BOM, and also you can see overall status. Okay, it's also a configuration here. And if you want, you can have a planner group also. Okay, that is also comes under the same thing here. Okay, so these are things we are going to fill it over here. Okay, so before that, let me take you to the configuration. Okay, SPRO. Okay, reference. So get into the production here, production. Okay, so there you can see the basic data, and there you have the routing, right? So get into the routing over here, and you can see the options over here. So first we can go with the general data. Click on the general data. So there you can see the routing status and the task list usage and the planner group. All the three is in the sequence here. If we get into the status, okay, so we can see over there. So what are the status we have here? Okay, yes, first we can see the usage. You can see the usage. Okay, same like BOM, whatever we have, almost it is same here. So we are going to use the particular thing as production. Okay, so we are going to use it for the production here. Okay, so let me give the usage as production and the overall status. Okay, if you go for the overall status over here, so we'll be giving that as released. Okay, if you give created, what will happen is, okay, so it will be created. Okay, it will be created, that particular routing will be okay, but you cannot able to use this routing in the real time. Okay, you cannot use that in the real time, so because it is a created status. Okay, because some people they will create and they will keep this routing for the future scope. Okay, so if you just give a release, okay, then only it will be used. We have number of released also. You can see release only for the order, release only for the costing, like that. Okay, it is based on the specific things. If you want to only release for the order, it will release only for the order. Okay, so if you give for release general, okay, it is common. Okay, always go for a common, because don't restrict the routing here. So that will not be that much of feasible. Okay, just go for the release general. Okay, and you can see the planner group. Okay, so the planner group, so this we can able to see the configuration over here. So let's get into the routing status. If you just get into that, you can see this is the status what we have. Okay, it's all pretty default. Okay, it's all pretty default here. So in production mostly, okay, 50% you will be having a default configuration. Okay, you don't need to do anything on this. Okay, these are system default which is already being given over here. Okay, so only thing is you just want to use that is, okay, and also you just think about, okay, so what are the options we have. For an example, you have a release indicator. Okay, you have a costing indicator, and you have a consistency check. Okay, consistency check is okay for normal check. So release indicator means only it will be used for releasing. You can see for the created, so there is no release indicator. It means, okay, so it will not be, okay, it will not be released. You cannot use that routing. Okay, you cannot use that routing, okay, for the real-time order here. Okay, so that is why we cannot able to go for it. Okay, same thing if you go for the release, okay, other things, release for order, you can see it will go for only for the release. Okay, costing will not happen. Same thing if you go for costing, the release will not happen, but costing will happen. But if you go for release general, all the three will happen. So that's why we selected this. Right? Yes. Now coming into the usage, okay, if you go for this task list usage, okay, click on this usage over here. So there you can able to see the usage over here. You can see these all the pretty default usages we have. Okay, with that we can able to see this option over here. Okay, so what are the standard options we have? Okay, so in that we have one more option called, okay, so dynamic mode criteria. So if you go into that, okay, you can able to see, okay, what are the different mode of criteria you want to have. Okay, where you need to focus more. Okay, for an example, we focus only on the material. Okay, we don't focus on anything. Okay, but you can see metal plus customer. Okay, we don't use metal plus customer because so that needs a particular sales. Okay, metal plus vendor, that needs to be for the, okay, for the Okay, so we use only the material as an indicator. So to produce that, we produce only the material. Right? Yes. And finally coming to the configure of planner group. Planner group is nothing but, okay, who is going to be the responsible for planning these operations. Okay, what are the operations we want, how we need to plan, how much time it will take, okay, what is the duration, all these things one planner has to take care, right? So that planner we are going to create here. You can create a number of planner, but this planner should be a real-time planner. It should be a real-time planner. Okay, that should be like that. Okay, go for a new entry. Okay, so let me create one. I'll give the plan 1000 planner group. Maybe I'll just give some number here and I'll give some name. Okay, so maybe, okay, BMW, okay, planner, enter. Okay, and save it. Okay, so what will happen? So this will become the planner over here. You can select that. Okay, you can just go there and you can able to see. Okay, so the planner will be available. Okay, you can choose that. Okay, so you can choose that. Okay, it's a person. Okay, you can choose that. So based on that, okay, he will be responsible for planning these activities in this routing. Right? Yes. Okay, so now the lot size, all other things are standard here. Okay, so there is no other scope for here. Okay, in the general data, means in the header data, we don't have any scope. So directly we need to go for the operation here. You can see there is a thing called operation here. Get into the operation here, where we are going to give the complete list of operations over here. Okay, so we are going to give the complete list of operation over here. So here where we are going to perform that. Okay, so on that particular purpose, okay, on that particular purpose, what we are going to do is here. Okay, so we are just going to have the work center. Okay, so which work center they are going to work, and what is the control key they are going to work, and what is the activity they are going to do. Okay, so let me brief this. Okay, so what is a work center? Work center is nothing but, for an example, where the load, okay, the workload is calculated. For an example, work center is, we are going to see that one master data. Okay, so it can be a machine or group of machine, or it can be a labor or group of labor. Okay, any person can be. Okay, anything can be. Okay, which produces the capacity, which produces the load. So we are using this machine. Okay, we are using this machine, or we are using this labor to do this activity. Okay, so that is why this work center we are using for. So whatever work we do, so this work center will capture the load. For an example, 2 hours I'm working means, so the 2 hours it will capture, and it will automatically convert into a cost, because we need to know, right, so how much cost we are incurring and all these things. So that can be done with this particular activity. Okay, so as of now, okay, I'm not creating a work center. Work center we can see separately. So I'll use some work center here, maybe okay, some work center we can use. Okay, maybe I'm using this. Okay, so later I'll explain that. Okay, we will create one and we will configure that and we will see that. And I'm mentioning the activity. What is the activity you need to perform for, okay, producing this particular thing. Okay, for an example, I'm just making, okay, first thing, okay, I'm making this, okay, assembly process. For an example, assembly process. Okay, assembly process, and one main thing is I need to give this control key. What is this control key is? Okay, so this assembly process where you are going to perform. So internally you are going to perform or externally you are going to perform, so that you are going to decide using this control key. Okay, this control key decides, okay, where you are going to perform this, internally or externally. Okay, where you are going to perform, you can see this option over here. Okay, for an example. Okay, so if you just get into that, you can see all the control keys are available here. Okay, all the control keys are available over here. You can see that. Okay, all the control keys are available over here. Okay, all the control keys are available over here. So in this particular thing, okay, in this particular thing, for an example, if you scroll down, okay, if you scroll down, okay, you can see, okay, there are all the control keys available for the different departments. You can see for the plant maintenance, we have started with PM01. PM01 is for the internal operation, PM02 for the external operation, like that. Okay, if you want to have it or internally or externally, so based on that you can able to decide. Okay, you can decide, so based on that internal or external, so how you want, you can able to decide that, so based on that it will work, right? Yes. So on the same case, okay, okay, I'm just going for internal, external we can see later. Okay, I'll just put that internal. Okay, if I give an enter, okay, it will automatically take you to the space where you need to give the timing here. Okay, you just mention as internal, so you need to mention how much time you will take. So normally approximate time, because actual time will be something different, but approximately we need to give something, because this is a planned time. Okay, for an example, okay, it's for the labor. Okay, for the labor I'm taking, okay, it will take 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours it will take to assemble this particular thing. Okay, I'm just giving an enter. You can see the 2 hours is loaded. So you have other timing also. Okay, we will discuss this on the work center. Okay, fine. So now you can see I'm going for the other thing. Okay, you can use the same work center or a different work center also. Maybe I use a different one. So that's not a problem, because you use one particular work center for one operation. Maybe the next operation can be done on a different work center. So you can use that. Okay, you can use that. That's not a problem. Okay, same thing, you want to give the control key. Now I'm just giving the control key as a external control key. See what happens. Okay, internal, okay, it is asking, okay, internally for making this production, how much hours you take. Okay, only that it is asking, right? Now the same thing if I go for external, okay, I'm just giving PM02. Okay, so I'm putting this. Okay, I'm just putting this. Okay, so external, okay, fitting. Okay, I'm putting like external fitting. I'll just give an enter, see what happens. Okay, so it is asking for the other times. Okay, so let me put some time here. Okay, I'll put 2 hours for machine time and 1 hour for the labor time. So normally we will give only this, right? So normally we will give only this in the internal activity. But for the external activity, if you give an enter, it will ask some more information. You can see I'll give an enter. You can see it is going beyond and it is asking some more information. You can see that here. It is asking more information. It is called as subcontracting process. Means, so you cannot able to do it in-house. Okay, in your own manufacturing facility you cannot able to do that. So you are going to send it to the external vendor. You are going to send it to the external vendor and you are going to perform this particular operation. So for that case, okay, it is asking some information about that particular process. You can see, because you activated the external process. There you can see it is asking for, okay, who is the vendor, what is the time it will taken for doing this process outside, and what is the price. Okay, yes, and what is the info record. Info record is a master data of here. Okay, and it is asking for purchase organization, all these things. Okay, it is asking all this information. If you have all this information, only then you can able to perform the external activity, because external activity is not as you can able to plan. Okay, external activity is nothing but which you need to integrate with MM. Okay, MM will take you, okay, take it to the next level. So MM will take it to the next level because they have the connection with the vendor and all these things. Okay, you need to collect all the information from them and you need to fill all these things. Then only it will work. Or else without giving this, it won't work. Without giving this, okay, if I just try to do something also, it will not work. So this is the advantage of this external processing. We can see that later. So now I'll just go back. Okay, so yes, you can see without giving that, it is not saving up. Okay, it's very clear, right? Yes. So now I can make this one, okay, assembly process, and I'll just make some, okay, something here. I'll give same PM01, okay. I'll put, okay, so fit process, okay, fit and check, enter. Okay, so here I can give some 2 hours, and here I can give 1 hour and all this thing. Now you can see it is not asking anything to me. Now you can see it is not asking anything to me. Why? Because, okay, so because it is not relevant, okay, because this is not external, this is only the internal process. Whatever I do, so that is okay. So it won't mind about asking anything over here. So it will be perfect, right? It will be perfect here. Okay, so now you can give n number of operation here. What are the activities you are going to perform to make this final product here? So you can put all the operations over here. Okay, at the same time, you can able to connect the components also. For an example, we have a components, right? We have components, right? So that components also you can able to connect with this one. You can able to connect the components also along with this one. For an example, I'll just go with this particular first one, assembly process. I need some component. I need some 2 component from the BOM. So what I need to do, okay. So will I want to go to the BOM and check that? No, from here itself we can go. So we have an allocation option. You can see there is a component allocation. So click on this component allocation. It will directly ask you which BOM you want. You can see we have 3 BOMs here. Because we have 3 BOMs, right? Yes, 3 different alternate BOMs we have. It is asking which alternate BOM you want. Okay, so maybe I'm just going for alternate 1. Okay, so alternate 1, double click, it will find all the items whatever you have. Okay, it will find all the items you want. For an example, I just want only this first item. Okay, I just select this item and I can do this new assignment here. You can see new assignment. Okay, go for the new assignment, and there you can see which activity you want to perform that. Okay, you can just check this operation activity, and you can see there are 2 operations are there, right? So we have just created only 2 operations. So now it is asking, okay, so where you want to connect this component with, first operation or second operation. So go to the first operation here, okay, and just give okay, and you can see, okay, so here you can see in the activity area, okay, so there is nothing is mapped. So now I'll just give okay. You can see activity 10 is mapped here. Okay, earlier there is nothing right here, so we don't see anything over here. So now you can see the activity 10 is mapped here. It means this item is going to use only in the activity 10. So when I'm going to perform this assembly operation in the live production, I will take this component, because everyone will have a clarity. Everyone will have a transparency here. So for which product, which component, which operation we need to use, so we will have the clarity here. Okay, same like you can able to map it for n number of things. Okay, just go back. Okay, and just you want to go with another thing. Okay, so you want to go for the second thing, you can go with that. Okay, so if you have multiple routing on this particular case, so you can able to achieve with multiple alternate BOM, so that will be easier. So that is what we are going to see here. Okay, let's go for the save first. Save this BOM. Okay, so once the BOM is saved, okay, so now I'll try to create one more BOM. Again the same process. Okay, so what we have done for the alternate BOM, let's do the same thing. Just give an enter. Okay, you can see already one routing is available. Right, already one routing is available. Now I'm going to create one more routing here. Okay, you can just see here. Okay, so new entry here. Okay, click on the new entry, and there you can see that particular setup over here. Okay, you can see the particular setup over here. So here I can able to use, okay, so the same thing, I'm give a UC. You can see it is counter 2. So how we have alternate 1, 2, 3 like that. You can see this is a counter. They call it as counter. You can see counter 1, 2. Earlier it was 1, now it is 2, because we are creating the routing for the same item second time. Okay, so I'm giving the same usage. So status. Okay, and you can give a different planner group. For example, maybe I'll just give a different person. Okay, yes, and enter. Okay, yes. So same thing. Okay, same thing with a different operation. I'm assigning a different concept. Okay, now you can go for the operation. Okay, so here I'm just using, okay, a different work center here. Okay, So you can use a different work center. Okay, and you can give a control key, and here the operation is different. Okay, so here we are doing the assemble, okay, and fit. Okay, both we are doing in single operation. Earlier we have done in the different operations, right? So now we are doing in the same operation. Okay, if I give an enter, so we are going to spend some time. Okay, for an example, we are going to spend 1 hour here, and 3 hours for machine, and 2 hours for labor. Okay, so combinedly we are going to do. Earlier we have done assembly separately in one place and fitting separately in another place, right? 2 work center we have gone. Now in this particular operation, this method, we are just using everything in one fit. We are doing everything in one fit here. With this one fit, we are going to complete this. Okay, with this one fit, we are going to complete this process here. So we are going to perform that. Right, again here also we can just select and we can go for the allocation. Again you will get all the 3 BOMs here. Okay, maybe I'll just go with the second model here, and there I can able to select which component I want. Maybe I just want this component. Again I select this, go for the new assignment. Okay, go for the operation list, and there you can have, so because we have only one, so it is being selected one, so you can see that. And if you can go back, so you can able to see, okay, it was assigned. So very simple, like that you can create, okay, so more routings over here. Okay, how many BOMs you have, you can create more than BOM also, you can create a routings. Okay, it doesn't matter here, because you can make a number of combinations. It's not like 3 BOMs we created, only 3 routings we need to create. It doesn't matter, you can create 10 routing also, and you can able to map. Okay, 1 versus 1, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 5. Okay, again 2 versus 1, 2 versus 2. So any combination you can able to make it up. Okay, any combination you can able to make it up. So for an example like this, so you can be able to make any combination. Okay, you can make any combination here. For an example, okay, so you have a BOM 1, okay, BOM 2 and BOM 3. So same like you have routing 1, okay, routing 2 and routing 3, okay, routing 4, okay, routing 5. Okay, totally 5 routings you have. So you can able to map it anything. So you can able to map with this, or you can map with this, okay, or you can map with this, like that. And again this one you can able to map it with this, again with this, okay, again with this, like that. Okay, again you can able to map it with this different category. Okay, you can able to map it with, okay, so this one to here, okay, this one to here, so like that. Okay, you can have n number of combinations, okay, n number of sequence. Okay, so but this sequence, okay, you have a BOM and you have a routing, so these 2 things to be connected. So that is not possible with this, so we are going to have the production version. Okay, that is what we are going to see the next one. Okay, that cannot be done with this normal process. Okay, we created the BOM and routing separately, right? Okay, that all things are fine, but when we go for the real time, if you want to map this kind of scenario, so which BOM, which routing, all the connection here, so we want to make it very clear, so you need to have the production version. So the production version makes sense. Okay, so there where you are going to connect all these things. Okay, so that cannot be done with this particular thing. That's why in S4 HANA, okay, if you take in S4 HANA, I'll save this first. In S4 HANA, the production version is mandatory. Okay, that's why this production version is mandatory here. Okay, so in earlier ECC, the production version concept is not mandatory. It was there. Okay, it was there in the ECC also, but it was not mandatory. Okay, but here now, okay, so in S4 HANA the production version concept is mandatory here, because so you need to have the particular process here. Okay, so or else you don't have any option here. Okay, you want to go with that process, so you have only one choice. Okay, you need to go with that one. Okay, right? Yes. Okay, so this is all the routing here. Okay, so let me see the routing in a sheet here. So if you want to see all the reports, now we have seen all the transaction on all the things, right? If I want to see only the reports, see normally what we will do, we will go for this logistics, and for an example we will go into the production, and there we need to go for some master data, means go to the master data, and routing means we need to go for routing, and reporting, and there we need to find some reporting and all the options over here. right? So here where we will find that, right? So it is very difficult to go for this much of drill down or this much of path I need to go. So I have a simple option. You have only one T code which is called as SAP 1. Okay, just give this T code. Okay, the T code called SAP 1. Okay, just give this T code. What this T code will do is, okay, it will hide all the transaction and it will show only the, okay, it will show only, okay, the reports. Okay, it will not show any transaction over here. It will show only the reports. So just give an enter here. You can see that, okay, the structure will change. You can see that everything is changed. You can see everything came outside here. Now if you go for the production, okay, if you go for the production here, so where is the production here? Okay, let me go for the production. Okay, so there you can go for the production, and there you can see the master data, and there you can see routing. Only the reports you can see. Only the reports, okay, no transaction or nothing here. So only the reports you can see. Okay, so this is how you can able to view the reports here. Okay, if you want to see the review or you want to sit with the customers and you want to review the reports and all these things, if you show randomly here and there, okay, it won't be very feasible for the customers. So if you just go with this particular operation, okay, so where, okay, you can able to see only reports, so the customer can view all the reports, we can reduce more customization. Or else the user will keep on asking the customization, we have to do everything for them. Okay, so that particular thing we can able to avoid by using this particular setup over here. Okay, right, so using that we can able to do or perform this particular case, so we can able to do that. Okay, so you can go for this operation and you can use this. For an example, you can see this one. Okay, double click on that, you can see this is a report. You can able to find that. Okay, you can able to find that what is the thing we just want to find. So like that you have n number of reports over here. Okay, right, yes. Okay, so the next thing, okay, so after this routing, I think the routing is clear. So but we cannot able to connect this routing and BOM now, so that's why we are going for the next one, which is called as the production version. Okay, so we are entering into the production version here. Okay, so as I told you, the production version is not mandatory in ECC, but in S4HANA it is mandatory here. So we need to go for it, because so the BOM, okay, to, okay, routing, we need to connect this. Okay, if this connection is not there, so the total planning will not be done properly. So this production version is responsible for the entire planning here. So that is what we are going to see. Okay, how this planning and all these things are happening, right? So let's get into that.